Hi, this is Chad at Nice, and today we are in the final episode of the 2023 Nice Talks. So, we're going to do something a little bit different. We're going to look at the 5 most common questions that I've been getting around NTR-X from customers. So, question number 1. Can NTR-X be deployed into a vendor-managed cloud? Yes is the answer. NTR-X has been built to be a cloud-delivered compliance recorder. A lot of the technology that we use underneath enables us to provide a very, very powerful cloud deployment. As you can see from this diagram, when you look at NTR-X in the SaaS or as part of our wider Compliance Central portfolio, we provide everything that's required to allow customers to essentially adopt this technology within their own business, whether it's application web services or the archive or the support or the upgrades, capacity management, incident management. The list goes on and on and on. So yes, NTR-X can be deployed, and yes, it can be deployed from a direct vendor managed cloud. Question number 2. Can I migrate my historical data into NTR-X? Yes. So historical data can take many different formats. It may be that you have existing NICE data. It may be that you have existing data from third-party voice recording manufacturers. We try to make the tools as simple as possible for migrating this data into NTR-X. There's usually some type of technical scoping. Are we migrating the database? Are we migrating the archive? Are we doing both? Do we know what the source is? Is there any litigation or retention requirements we need to be aware of? So the teams have done this a lot. There's some very simple fact-finding questions that we go through, but ultimately, yes, you can migrate this data from where it is today into NTR-X. Question number 3. Can I use my own encryption keys with NTR-X? Our InfoSec teams won't let us do anything different. This is a very regular conversation that we have with customers. The answer is, of course, yes. Bring your own key is something that's been in the product a while now. Bring your own key is fully supported both on-prem and, importantly, also in the cloud. When we talk about a cloud deployment with Bring Your Own Key, really we're looking at integration with a client provided as your key vault, where the cryptographic sequence is outsourced to a client subscription. So we at NICE don't see any part of this. This is something that's really powerful. It's something that's very common. It's something that's very widely used as well. Question number 4. We are migrating into Teams and Zoom, but we still need to record our trader voice and some IPT. How can we connect the two together to provide a single pane of glass? Now, normally this also gets asked with the historical data piece as well. Historical data is things that have already been captured. If we're looking at how do we continue to do live capture, then as part of this SaaS deployment, we also have some active IP recording mechanisms. Essentially, this is NTR-X. We deploy this in a colo next to the active IP recording source, whether that's trader voice or IP telephony. We do the localized capture there, and then using secured compliant APIs, we post that into the NICE SaaS service as well. So everything is encrypted, everything is protected, and it essentially means that whilst these oil and water systems are there to provide disparate redundancies, the two will work together from a user experience perspective, where all you have to go to is one system and all of the calls, whether it's Teams or Zoom or on-prem IPT, are there made available. This is a really simplified migration methodology for customers who are looking to move away from on-prem traditional telephony type systems into a SaaS based UC type system. Final questions. We have some requirements where data needs to be delivered back to specific countries for data residency, and we need to extract data out of NTR-X. How do we do both? So typically in a engagement phase with customers, we would look at data residency as a design consideration. Where are your users? Where are the stakeholders? In which countries does data residency form a requirement? We can stand up a SaaS solution. We can make it very cost effective by having a centralized processing region, but then using the Azure infrastructure, we can deploy multiple storage accounts on a country per country basis to help with the data residency challenges. And don't forget, we've also got this bring your own key methodology as well. So even though we have the data under our storage, it's also protected by your organization's own key store. How do we get the data out? Well, this is where the very powerful downloads application comes in. So downloads is there to allow you to program a job based on scope of users and time coverage that normalizes the data from the system of record and makes it available to a shared location. That available data can be encrypted or unencrypted, and it can also be protected with client-provided SSH keys, for example. So that's the end of Tech Talks 2023. 2024, we're going to restart this series again. We're going to expand the portfolio a little bit more. I wish everybody a happy holidays. Thanks for watching, and follow me for more compliance recording tips.